Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the Marks & Company Studio Calco kit. I'm also brought out some embossing powder. Here's my Big Embossy pad, and it's sort of like a Versamark just from a different company. And then I took out that cloud paper, and the rest are scraps that are left over. So I'm going to do the whole thing on the vanilla background, and these are pictures of my grandson, and it's the first time that he had some solid foods, and it was just rice, plain rice cereal, but to him it was like a meal for a king because if you look at the second picture, he's got both hands on the bowl and he would not let go of it. She wouldn't give him any solid foods until he was 6 months because that's what the book said and the nurses said, but I think he was ready way before that. He used to sit at the kitchen table with us, and while we were eating, and every time I used to hate it because every time you take a bite and you'd put your fork down to your plate and you'd put it towards your mouth, he would look at you, take the bite, the bite out of your plate and go towards your mouth, and then he would open his mouth and I'd be like, oh, I felt like I was taking food right out of his mouth. So he's almost a year old, and he is a big eater and he loves his food, and you can't feed him fast enough still. And now he eats, a lot of different stuff. So this is a scrap of that yellow pattern paper, and the back side is the sheet. It's a pebble sheet, and it's the one with all the speech bubbles on the back. And I thought it would coordinate with this page quite well because a lot of the clouds in that paper sort of had a yellow tinge to it. And then I'm at my photos on the yellow chevron, and there was just a little strip left on the bottom, and the brand strip was there, and I just left it like that. And now I'm going to, because I didn't know if I was going to put my title there, and it's easier to cut it off later than try to add a piece of paper later. So now I'm going to mat those cork hearts onto some journaling papers. And the main reason I want to do that is because if I didn't have anything in that space, then you would see all the different pattern papers in behind. So I just want to keep it, one color. But then once it's dry, I'm going to cut around a little bit further down the layout. I'm going to realize, hey, I can stamp on these now. So that gave me an extra space to stamp on. And then I did this layout a few days ago, so I'm not not really sure exactly, how far in the layout I am. I'm just looking at some stickers, and now I'm going to take out the, what do you call those, asterisks in chipboard from Studio Calco. So I'm just taking out all the possibilities that I could be using, and a lot of labels from Studio Calco. It's digital prints, and then you get them printed at Staples. And then this stamp set is I think it's called All About a Boy from Scraptastic. I just ordered it with my last kit. And there's a stamp set that's 3 stars, and they're all like in a little circle, and I thought it would go really well with this layout because the stamp set from this month's kit said, I give this meal, and then there's 5 stars so that you can rate it. So I'm going to try a couple different embossing powders, and then I'm going to take my embossing tool and I'm going to emboss them. So while I do that, and I'll come back to that in a minute, I'm just going to answer a couple questions. So Melissa Marie says, do you start with a sketch or do you just wing it? I have to tell you, a couple years ago, I could not do a layout unless I did a sketch. And I've been scrapbooking for 15 years, and I was like, I can't scrapbook unless I use a sketch. And then when I started my YouTube videos, almost at the same time, I think it was a couple months before I started my Studio Calco kits. When I started my Studio Calco kits, I decided that I was just going to play with it because I've been wanting to do YouTube videos for a long time. So what I did was I just started to play. And now it's been almost a year, because I've been a member of Studio Calico for a year now. It's been a year since I've used a sketch. And a lot of people are asking me, can you do some layouts with a sketch? And I want to, and I probably will. And it's all like up in my head, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to, because I don't want to feel like I can't scrapbook unless I have a sketch anymore. But I'm sure it's not going to be the case. I mean, I've done this is 170 layouts without a sketch. So, but that's to answer your question. I used to, and now I just wing it. And it just seems that it just comes together. And I love that. And my layouts come together way quicker too. And there's nothing wrong with sketches at all. I think they're wonderful. But for me, it just seemed to really slow me down. So I think I'm not saying that I'll never use a sketch anymore, but I love that I just play now with scraps. And I love it when I'm down to my scraps. That's when I love my kits the most, is when I'm down to my scraps. And from Leanne Williams, I was saying that I was having a hard time cleaning my mat, and she said to try the StazOn cleaner, and I did, and it didn't take it away. So if anybody else has any suggestions, I'm willing to try anything. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't work at all. I think it faded it a bit, and I did it like 4 times. So, but I think it did fade it a bit. But it didn't completely take it away. And Celine Scrap Passion asked about, I posted a new kit that I'm a member of. It's Noël Mignon. And she said, how much is it per month? And if you take it for 6 months, is it cheaper? Yes, it's $64.99 per kit per month, which sounds like a lot. But I get my 20 sheets of papers that I want per month with a kit. So I'm liking that. And like I said, I'm only trying them for 6 months. And I'll come back to that. And then if you're a member, then it's $59.99 for a kit plus shipping. And I can't remember right now how much is shipping. I think it's about $12 or $14. Now I took those cork, to get back to the layout, I took those cork shapes. I'm inking them with Hero Arts daubers in white first. And the reason I do that is because I want to cover the darkness of the chipboard. And then I'm going to use the Tide Pool blue, and I'm going to change the color so that it coordinates with the page. And I love those Hero Arts daubers. I think I have about 8 of them. And I saw that the new colors, they are automatically coming out with the daubers, which I love because I'm going to be getting those for sure. So now I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to use some washi tape on this page, which I am. And now I'm going to take a few minutes to detail cut around all those pieces that I embossed. Now I have one more question. 2002 TH says, are you going to make process videos with the Scraptastic kits? That is my plan. And that's why I'm thinking about quitting a few kits so that I can catch up on all these kits that I have here. So that's it for the questions for this time. And now I am going to get back to the layout. And so now that I feel like I have enough stuff, like I've pulled enough embellishments, I have enough layers, now I feel good about how the layout is coming together. But of course, I can't start putting these layers together until my background is down. So then I put my layout together. And this is the 13th layout using this kit, and it took me 1 hour and 51 minutes. And it took me a little longer than the past layouts, and I think it's because I did a couple of things right. I did quite a bit of embossing, and I played with it for a bit too because I didn't know which color I wanted. And then at one point I'm going to mess up and I'm going to color where it says, I give this meal, I want to color it with black stays on, and it looks horrible. So then I have to take out my heat gun again and emboss some more stars and cut them out and stick them over top. So that took a little bit of time. And then I also did the cork, you know, the changing of the color of that. So I did quite a bit of different things on this layout. And that was my goal this year, is to try and incorporate stuff that I haven't used on my layouts in a long time. So I haven't used embossing in my layouts in a long time. So I thought that'd be fun to do this time. And now it's time to feature 5 people that do process video on YouTube. And in no particular order, what I'm doing is I'm going through my list of people that I subscribe to, and I try to take, you know, one person from the A's, one person from, you know, different, going down the list, because I don't want to go all the A's, all the B's. I just want to have a little bit of variety. So, and eventually I'll let you guys know of everyone that I watch. And this is a shout out to 5 people. Sue Althouse, she's awesome. I love her. Lisa E Designs, she does process videos with sketches. So for people that were asking about sketches, she uses sketches. Oh Snap Gonzo, she is Sandra, and she does the SNL challenges with Maggie Milo, and she's also funny. She's hilarious. And she started this year, actually. She's going to, excuse me, start uploading more process videos. So yay, Sandra. And Tuesday Hubbard, she is a subscriber on my channel, I know, and she is also on my Facebook group. And she does process videos, and they're awesome. She does voiceovers, which I love. And there's also Scrapology. And Scrapology, her name is Nicole also. So these are the 5 people for today. I will put a link to their YouTube videos on this video, and also on my YouTube channel. No, on my Facebook group. And if you're interested, it's a place where people are uploading their layouts. It's not just me, it's everyone that's uploading layouts, and we all encourage each other to, you know, to get our stuff done and to get our memories into scrapbooks. And the link is going to be in the description. So the title of this page here is What's on the Menu? And I used letters, that little wooden letters that came, or wood veneer letters that came in this kit, and also the yellow sticky keys from October Afternoon called Honey. And then now I just added some Mr. Huey inks in a few colors in the 3 spots of the layout. And this is where I mess up. I put black stays on, you know, to color in the stars, thinking, you know, that it was going to look good, and it didn't. So, because I wanted to put, you know, I give this star a 5 star. So now I'm going to go, and there was can't remember if, yes, it was in the stamp set that came in this kit, there was a standalone star. And I think it is so that you can color them in and put them over the I give this meal. So I just embossed it again with the same color with 5 stars, and then I'm going to add them to the layout. And then I'm going to detail cut around those stars, and I'm going to cover that little mistake that I did. And I knew when I did that, I knew that was an option, so I didn't mind trying it out. Now to put those stars right over top, I'm just using a glue dot, and I have a little glue dot runner, and it is called Mini Dot and Go glue dots, and that glue dots is the brand, and I got it on Michael's, and I just used a coupon on it. And now I'm going to work on my journaling, and I'm going to mess up with one of the words, and I'm going to have to write it right there. I'm just going to have to write over it like several times, and to try to fix it. But you know, that's part of real life too. When you write, you're make spelling mistakes. And so that's going to be, it's just going to be real, you know. I'm not going to try and rip that card out and try to fix it. I'm just going to leave it, and that's all there is to it. And now I added those asterisks, and now I'm going to use that twine that I got from Studio Calico a few months ago, and it's a fine yellow twine, and I love it. And I'm going to string it through the two hearts. So I'm going to lift the paper that I glued them on a little bit, and I'm going to string it through, and I'm going to make a bow, and then my battery's going to die, and then the last place I just make a freestyle or whatever bow, and I'm just going to glue it. And then I also added some little just bling that came in my Freckled Fawn kit. And I didn't want to wait for the battery to be charged up again, because this would have been uploaded way later. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.